This is a story about a woman who refused to drown. J.K. Rowling said that rock bottom was a solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life. And just like that, in 2020, I found myself in the same position. How many of you guys remember COVID? I don't. February 9th of 2020, I got an unexpected phone call. I'll never forget it. They said, "Hey, Brandy, your mom's gone." Just like that, my life changed forever. March of that year, my ex looked me in the eye and told me she didn't love me anymore. We were together for over a decade. She took our boys and she left. I didn't really know what to do with my time, so I didn't know how to manage work and play at this point because all I had ever known for the last decade was my family. And now I found myself completely alone with nobody to talk to. I started drinking on the weekends, and the weekends turned to weekdays, and weekdays turned into hours and minutes and so on and so forth. Guys, alcoholism is a progressive disease. It takes you by surprise and it hits you like a freight train. You don't even see it coming. You think everything's normal, but it's not. So it really started to snowball when I got a phone call from my boss and he said, "Brandy, meet me at Dunkin'." I knew at that point I was in so much trouble because we didn't go to Dunkin'. And when I got there, he said, "Hey, you're a good employee, but this stops here. You're done. No more drinking. You're going to call off work. You're going to tell them you can't make it in, and you're never going to show up like this again." So I knew this was serious and I knew I had to stop, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. So alcoholism told me, "It's okay, Brandy. Just get a breathalyzer test and put it in your kitchen cabinet and use it to drink or use it to check where you're at so that way you're not drunk the next day." So this went on like this for about 3 years. But in November of 2020, life started spiraling out of control. I became homeless. I became jobless. My whole life had gotten flipped upside down. I didn't know what to do. I found myself laying in the snow crying, asking God, "Why can't I stop? Why can't I stop? Why can't I do this?" And I didn't really know God at this point. Universe, spirit, whatever. I remember just bawling my heart out. And I heard this little voice in the back of my head that said, "Get out of the snow and pour it out." I got up and I poured it out. Guys, my life has never been the same. I went to my counselor the next day and I told her what my problem was. And she said, "Well, let's work on it, Brandy. I'm so glad you finally admitted it to yourself. Let's work on it." So we did. Guys, getting honest with yourself is one of the hardest things to do, but it is the most rewarding. You find the true you. Asking for help does not make you weak. It doesn't make you less than. It actually puts you above the rest, in my opinion. It's hard to recover, but it's definitely rewarding and worth it. You find the real you. You're no longer this ungrateful human that you once were. Sobriety has brought me clarity, appreciation, and gratitude like I've never seen before in my life. I no longer take things to heart like I used to. I can laugh more, play more, enjoy more. Chains of limitation have broken off of me. I think the biggest part and the most crucial part about my recovery was learning to set boundaries. Once I learned boundaries, it trickled into other areas of my life. See, I used to let people come in my life, out of my life, in my life, out of my life, constantly. And I would always wonder, why are they doing this to me? Because you're letting them. So if you can start to learn to make boundaries and get honest with yourself, that's half the battle. So my question to you today is, when is now a good time to detox your unhealthy emotions and get real with yourself? Because that is the key to success. And honestly, it's also the key to your life or death.